Thank you very much for making a date today on the marketplace. Now, some energy experts are stressing the need for efficient data collection to address waste and other power distribution challenges in the country. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Laboratory for Interdisciplinary Statistical Analysis acknowledges improvement in recent times. Program Coordinator Professor Atinuke Olusola Adebanji, however, observes there is a lot more to be done to get it right. She spoke at the workshop in Kumasi.
World Bank collection of development indicators compiled in 2011 indicates reported electric power transmission and distribution losses in Ghana hit 22,638,000 megawatts per hour. In 2014, the figure stood at 22.59%. Its highest value over the past 43 years was 28.83 in 2003, with the lowest value of 1.99 in 1999. Professor Adebanji says predictive data is essential in spite of population growth.
You see, predictive modeling is very important because you need to be able to plan ahead. If you're not able to predict within reasonable margins of precision what the demand will be, how do you plan for it? How do you plan for customer products? How do you make such plans? So predictive modeling is one key area that you have to be able to work with. How does my previous consumption, how does it determine what I'm going to expect to provide to my customers, given the population dynamics that we're also experiencing in some locations?
Dean of Fiscal and Computational Sciences at KNUST College of Science, Professor Kwesi Preko, advised service providers to carry out routine tree trimming exercises backed by data. Professor Preko believes it will help curb power cuts resulting from incessant falling of trees on electrical transmission lines.
If trees are the problem, then we need data on trees. Where have the trees reached? Which trees are causing trouble? And then there should be routine, regular tree trimming exercises. When we do these things, then we will give priority to certain areas over others. This will help us solve the problem.
The center is facilitating the training to promote collaboration between researchers and policymakers. Pro-Vice Chancellor of KNUST, Professor Rita Okusia-Dixon, says the university is working to close the gap between academia and industry. The three-day program was organized for 30 Information Management System staff, or PDS Ghana.
Because now we're going to be trained on data. So once you have the data, you'll be able to make an informed decision. And then you communicate that to the customer. So they should expect an improved...
Reporting for Joy Business, Kwesi.
And in a related development, CEO of Gasop Oil Limited, Koyopoku, says, given the country's present financial situation, it will be prudent to settle debts owed to IPPs before any decision is taken to do away with some of these power producers. He was speaking on the business edition of Prime PM Express on JoyNews last night with Philip Namfuri. His comments come on the back of the Executive Director of ASEP, Ben Boachi's comments on the possible scrapping of some purchase power agreements to save the country some resources and improve efficiency of the energy sector.
The long term, there are some companies that we're going to end up paying them maybe 1 billion. But now, if you let them go, you're going to pay penalty. And that penalty, you can pay now, so your net present value of that cost in the long term is better. Because basically they go off your books and you don't have to accumulate that long term. But the Ghana situation that we find ourselves in is that at present time, we don't have money. We owe these IPPs that we can't even afford to find money to pay their bills. So if Ministry of Finance, and he mentioned earlier that, look, at the Ministry of Finance, they are creating some problems there. You have ministers at the Ministry of Finance trying to take over the Energy Ministry and make decisions that, for me, I think they should leave it for the Ministry of Energy to make. Ministry of Finance are there to work out the financing. If they need technical expertise, they should let the Ministry of Finance people, Ministry of Energy, give them the technical expertise, but they should not stray into the areas where now you have certain times where you have cabinet decisions where Ministry of Finance is holding it back because they are playing finance with it. My point is this: if you have the money, then what Ben's saying makes sense. You have $300 million, you've paid all the indebtedness to the power sector, and you feel that, look, how do I move forward? Let me now let some of them go, find money, pay them $200 million to terminate their agreement. Then in the long term, I save myself $800 million maybe over 4 or 5 years. But if you don't have the money, and you have to now do Lokobibio, then you now have to do baby steps by managing it as it is, because if you ask that guy to go now, you have to pay him $200 million, but you don't have it. Already you owe him maybe $120 million that you can't pay. So how are you going to now tell him to go and give him $200 million? But like I said, it's a catch-22. If as a country we think we have the money, let's first pay the indebtedness to the IPPs. After we've done that, then we can now look at the option of, okay, who can we let go? We have some excess money. Look, I think I can terminate you. In the long term, the benefit is to us.
Let's go back to Kumasi, where Ghana's industrial development has good prospects for transformation, or as more women opt to study engineering. That's according to Provost of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology of Engineering, College of Engineering, Professor Mark Adom Asamoah. He told an engineering summer camp in Kumasi, meticulous approach of women in problem solving gives them a head start.
Since 2016, the population of women at the College of Engineering has increased from 610 to 1,100. Professor Adoma Samoah observes trained female engineers are also more likely to stay in the country and contribute to industrial growth than males.
You know, the females are more stable than the males. When you train males, you get a high percentage of them leaving the country. I stand for correction. But the females are more likely to stay. And when they stay, I believe that their contribution will be enormous. I am looking at the day when we even have engineers ready to go and teach in basic schools and secondary schools.
The college provost, however, wants government to create favorable structures for industry to support training and absorption of engineering graduates.
Everywhere in the world, after the universities have produced graduates, we need the industry to be able to employ them. If the industry is not active, that one is not us. That one is for the government to create what we call the enabling environment for the industry. But I would say that in terms of training, we are doing very well.
KNUST Engineering College has introduced what officials call Signals Engineering Summer Camp as part of its capacity innovations in science and technology. The program in its second year brings 300 second cycle students together for intellectual discourse in the field. It's a collaborative initiative between the College of Science KNUST with support from Vodafone.
We are doing 85% males and 15% females. But I believe that if we can take the female population to even 40%, it will be very good for us.
Some of the participants shared their expectations.
This program has been enhanced. I expect that I won't really focus on the doctrine alone. I'll also focus on the engineering too, because they are all good.
So I'm expecting to also educate people so they don't focus on medicine, pharmacy alone, and they can also divert to engineering.
A fan of physics and mathematics, learning multiple concepts, mechanics, heat, and applying them in everyday life to solve simple problems. I expect that this camp will teach me valuable lessons in applying such concepts.
Reporting for Joy Business, Kwesi Deborah.
Let's do other stories now. The Bank of Ghana has urged telecom operators to consider costs involved in transaction of businesses on mobile money platforms. Speaking at MTN stakeholders meeting on mobile money, First Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Maxwell Opokwa-Ferry, argued the competitive pricing of mobile money services will deepen financial inclusion. There's more in this report.
Currently, the mobile money wallet is used for domestic transfer of funds, payment of goods and services, utility bill payments, salary payments, microcredit and microinsurance services. In May 2018, the payment and settlement system was firmed up with the successful implementation of mobile money interoperability. Speaking at MTN stakeholders meeting in Accra, First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afare, argued that competitive pricing of mobile money services will deepen financial inclusion.
For mobile money entities and fintechs to be successful in an increasingly competitive payment ecosystem, the industry needs to have a long-term view and be ready to build sustainable and affordable electronic payment solutions that meet the needs of diverse clientele in the society. I hope this workshop will highlight some of these discussions and propose directions for further improvement of digital financial services in the country.
Head of Mobile Money Services of MTN, Elihene, explained the cost component involved in mobile money services. He cited the demands of agents and the capital investment as crucial considerations in forming decisions on the cost of transaction.
There's a cost structure, and one of the key components of that is the agent commissions. The agents are offering a service, they expect some returns for that. Today, where we even have challenges is the agents themselves do not find what we are giving them adequate enough, and so some of them attempt to overcharge customers. So we are still in that phase, and remember, we are also having to do a lot of investment because we are still in the growth phase of the business.
Meanwhile, MD of Fidelity Bank, Julian Oponi, urged banks to take advantage of recent trends in the financial technology space, deepen financial inclusion.
But at inception, it was a different story. So 10 years ago, embarking on a mobile journey was a bold decision that would require exhaustive effort from all players to succeed. It was a new product in the market. We needed to apply vast resources, both for research, consumer education, and advertising. And these are just a few of the things that helped to drive the mobile money story.
The aim of MTN's stakeholders meeting on mobile money was to assess its impact on financial inclusion in Ghana. For instance, the number of mobile money accounts reached 32.6 million in December 2018, compared with 3.8 million way back in 2012. Total float balances as at December 2012 was 19.6 million cedis as compared to 2.6 billion cedis in December 2018.
Now, some scrap dealers are appealing to government to intervene by putting in place a price mechanism for scraps. Joy Business Fred Duho has visited a scrap hub at Old Fadama in Accra, where many youth rely on picking and sorting of rejected metallic and plastic materials for a living. They are calling on government to step in and monitor activities of some companies who buy scrap.
This was once a brand new car. It's been dismantled into scrap. We are here to engage with the scrap dealers here to know how this particular industry is faring in the Ghanaian economy.
Ismaila Abdullahi has been a scrap dealer for the past 15 years. He tells me he could not go to the university because of lack of funds. However, over the years, he's found a safe haven in the scrap business and has since survived with his family on it. Ismaila appreciates how difficult it is to acquire scrap from across the country. He said they have to employ bargaining skills to get through.
Others do picking, others also buy it from other mechanic shops, electronics and all that. And then when they bring it down here, they also bring it here to sell. The iron metals itself, we have the copper, we have the aluminum and all that. Then after doing that, then we separate them and then sell it. You are going there, you are not going with a scale. So it's just a bargaining process. Okay. You bargain, but since you have an experience of it, you can determine this material, maybe the weight could be this, it could be that. So if I buy it at this amount, I can also get something out of it.
Okay. According to Ismaila, government must intervene in streamlining the price of scrap.
When it comes to economic value, I don't think if the scrap business has not been in existence, I don't know where this country where it will have been, because one, we have there are other separate there are things that are not of metals. There are plastics. There are people also come here to pick them and also go to sell it to people who also do use it for recycling purposes as well. In order making buckets for bath and other rubber, plastic bowls and others. They should let the companies know very well that the people they are dealing with. Because I think, let me say, most of them are foreigners, and definitely whatever they pay taxes. The government should also know that whatever profit they made, they don't just invest it here. They send it back to their home countries. And for that matter, I want the government to be very much aware that the government have been deceived that they do the recycling by doing making iron rods and all that. But it's not only that. They also melt it and then put it in a sort of block form and then export that one and sell it in big monies. But even when some of us can Google and then know the price of irons in the international market, when the prices are going high, they don't increase our prices for us. They don't. See the issue? They don't. Whenever the prices are high on international market, they don't. They only give the price at their own will. They determine the price for it. We don't determine the price for them.
Do you have any metal, plastic, or other electrical appliances you have no use for? Well, you may consider disposing them off in exchange for some cash when you see scrap buyers in your locality. Fred Duhos reports for Joy Business.
Let's do some Greek stories now. Deputy Minority Whip Ahmed Ibrahim is blaming the reduction in price of raw cashew nuts in 2018-2019 on the senior minister Yao Safumafu. According to the Member of Parliament for Banda, Yao Safumafu's declaration in March 2018 suggesting that government will not allow cashew buyers to export raw cashew out of the country is rather inflicting hardship on farmers. Ahmed Ibrahim was distributing herbicides and knapsack spraying machines to farmers within the Banda district. Joy News' Nesta Kafuya Juma has more.
The Deputy Minority Whip says the senior minister's comment is affecting farmers because they are unable to make good sales and cannot repay loans they had taken from banks. He explained the senior minister's statement has kept away cashew nut buyers from Brazil, China and Vietnam, leaving only the Indians who are dictating the pace. Ahmed Ibrahim said government should have activated processing factories since they had planned to stop the exportation of the commodity.
Now the farmers don't have money to go and buy these weedicides to spray their farms. Come December, a lot of cashew farms are going to be burned down. The vigor and energy that the youth were using to go and just engage themselves into cashew farming, now everybody has stopped just because the price was reduced drastically in 2018. Yes, so the motivation for the youth to go into agriculture, into cashew farming, has drastically reduced. Now people don't see the cashew business as any lucrative business. Yeah. They don't even have money to go and buy this. Yeah. So the Osafumafu declaration that he will not allow the cashew buyers to come into the country has created a very big problem. Yeah. And that is what we are witnessing.
Some of the farmers also expressed their displeasure about selling of a kilo of raw cashew nuts for as low as 1 Ghana cedis 50 pesos.
A kilo went for 1 Ghana cedis 50 pesos, and this could not do anything for us. And cashew is what we live on here, nothing else. So we beg the government to fix this mess.
At some point, money gets hard to come by, so many cashew farms are consumed by fire. The MP brings us herbicide on time, therefore we are able to protect our farms against bushfire.
Nesta Kafui Ajumel's report for Joy Business.
Now, the 16th edition of the Joy Beauty and Bridal Fair opened in the Accra International Conference Center yesterday. Let's get some sights and sounds with Sandra Apenu.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Accra International Conference Center. You know what is happening here today is the 16th edition of the Joy Beauty and Bridal Fair. There are a lot of things up for grab, mouth-watering prices. So let's walk into the Accra International Conference Center and see what's happening currently and what you can actually grab here at discounted prices starting from today, 11th of July to the 14th of July, that is Sunday. So let's see, one of our main sponsors for the event is Ruby's Bridal. They've been with us through thick and thin. I want to talk to the lady behind this beautiful shop. Hi, Ruby. Good to see you this year again. Are you excited to be with us today?
I'm excited to be with you today.
You have been with us for some time now. How many years now?
like 7 or more.
Oh, aren't you a darling? And so, 16th edition of the Joy Beauty and Bridal Fair. What is up for grab, and what is different about your pricing this time?
Okay, this year we came with a totally different collection, very unique and elegant, and we are offering 30% discount on all gowns here.
Wow. So if I come and I don't get what I even want here, can you get it for me?
Yes, we do custom-made gowns as well. If you don't get what you want here, we can always order what you want for you.
We talked to the lady behind the store here. What's your name, please?
I'm Catherine.
Okay, Catherine. What's the name of your shop, and what do you have for people who will be visiting the fair?
That's Hair Naturals. We deal with natural hair and then skincare products. So we have oils, shea butter, shampoo, conditioner, leave-in, and then oils for the face and then the skin as well.
I'm sure people who will be coming here will want something different from when you walk into town to get your products. I'm talking about pricing. Is there anything special for people who will be coming?
Yes. When you come here, you get a 10% discount of anything that you buy over here.
When you get wedded, we think that your pocket must also look good. So we have something for you that will cushion your marriage, actually. Hello, ladies. Hi, you're from GHL Bank, and tell us what you do.
Okay, GHL Bank is a financial institution. So we have all the banking products, savings accounts, current accounts, fixed deposit, and we also do mortgages as well. So for up-and-coming couples, we have packages for from our mortgage side. You can use to get your houses, you can live in, and then pay us back in installments. We also have Bijou Homes in Apollonia City.
See, okay, I think this looks good. Yeah, okay. How do I look? All right, so what's the name of your shop? And I have a hat. Yes, so what do you have?
Millionaires GH stand. And then we are into millinery. That's fascinators and hats and then accessories. Okay. All for weddings, bridal items, yes.
What is unique about your products?
It's all made out of passion. You know, we have those who just look at other people's work and copy. But then these ones are made out of passion, that you see skills in it. So if you look around, there's nothing here that looks the same. Everything is different. You have no two things having the same look here. That's what makes us different.
I think I'm done with your hat. I can't keep it, so I'm putting it down. I'll come back to get something. So you still are the 16th edition of the Joy Beauty and Bridal Fair.
The name of our shop is The Better Merchandise. Yeah.
Is this the first time at the fair?
No, I think this is our 4th time being here.
What's the feedback like?
Well, it's going on well.
Okay, we have them discounted to 50%, some are 70% and 30%. We have foundation, powders, lip gloss and eyeshadows. We have a lot range of LA Girl products. We have everything LA Girl.
Yummy yogurt. Is it Yummy yogurt? Yeah. And you're also here. I mean, wedding packages and for receptions, do you have anything for people who be walking in?
Yes, we have packages for the guests at the reception. So when we get there, you will see what we have for you. It's nice.
How affordable are your products?
Very, very affordable. 5 Ghana cedis and you are gone.
I want to choose one of the flavors. This is a strawberry. I love strawberry. So I will want to taste my strawberry yummy yogurt.
All right, so lots of fun out there at the Joy Beauty and Bridal Fair, which is at the Accra International Conference Center, is running until Sunday. And that's it for the marketplace. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. We have a good afternoon.